on a second. We will be in 1 second. Didn't realize I had to type that in first. So,
Oh,
yeah, right? Like, crap. Oh, this is still new to us. So,
New to you, Tim.
well, new to me. Yeah. Well, we're live now. So, there.
it just went live.
Yep. Now you can do it.
We are YouTube live.
Even
I lost my voice on the first one.
well, you have to do it twice.
Ooh, it's hard to.
Huh?
I said it was hard to.
Hard to do it twice?
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it all I had the first one.
Well, good job. Yeah, we're definitely who's watching YouTube tonight? Who watched YouTube last week? Scott?
I'm trying to get on it right now to look at it. I don't think it's started.
All right, Rich, it says we're live. Rich,
I'm posting the links right now.
Rich got Spreaker, Scott got YouTube.
No, this is the last one.
Actually, I'll look and see.
Scott, post a link to the YouTube on GPS.
I already did.
Okay. Where'd you post it?
On the page on Facebook.
There it is.
Post it on Gold Prospector Space in the chat room.
Well, Jaron put one in there for YouTube.
We did? Okay, never mind.
Oh, hang on a second.
Thank you, Jaron. Thank you.
Okay, I was gonna say
What's it
Jaron's
under
got it already.
Prospectors Radio?
That's that, Dennis.
Is it under Prospectors Radio
I don't know.
on YouTube?
Yeah,
I hear it's a me for.
copy the link.
There I am.
Where'd you go, Shad?
Well, the one camera we're having to use, so Kathleen has the regular webcam. It like only will do like the video on because it's a regular camera.
Right.
For 30 minutes and then it goes away.
That's
I just looked over. I'm like, I'm not even on. Where am I?
you only do it for 30 minutes and it goes away.
Yeah.
So what do you got to do every 30 minutes? Turn back
Turn it
on.
off and on real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta get
Set the timer.
you gotta get a new camera or something.
TikTok.
Well, it's not for streaming.
It's for
It's a make do.
oh.
We have something planned today.
Well, I'm just doing the news like normal.
Wait, what do you have planned?
I don't have anything planned. No, you know how you guys do your backgrounds. While I'm doing a story, I'll put whatever I'm doing the story on behind me. Does that make sense?
Cool. We look forward to that. That'll give us some visuals.
Yeah, you'll have a visual, I think, if it works.
Well, I think it'll work. Did Shad set it up for you, Kathleen?
Yes. But it was a big to do.
Big to do.
So we'll see.
Oh, okay. Why was it such a big to do, Shad?
It just always is with her.
No.
Well, no, it's like she has like a small computer, but you could do just basic stuff.
Right.
The old computer that she uses is like a lot more powerful, so she kept freezing on her webcam when we were in the pre-show.
Okay.
So I had to go get the other computer for her and get everything set up for her so it'll work, and now it does. You can see her.
Right. Yeah, we see her good.
Yeah, she over here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm afraid to touch anything, so I'm not in the chat room tonight.
Okay. Because you don't want to mess nothing up.
I'll probably mess something up.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm just leaving it alone.
Right. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Right.
That's exactly right.
If anybody types anything special, Kathleen will let you know. Okay.
Okay. I can't even see Shad's. He's way over there in the other room.
He's in another room. Serious hand on this shit.
Come right through the wall, didn't it?
That's creepy.
That's cool. I wish we all could do that.
You guys got a busy week? I know I do.
Oh, goodness.
I got to go back up to camp. Got to bring this guy back home. And-
Manny.
I
Yeah,
like you two wearing masks.
I got to get everything put in storage, get my RV, empty everything out, refrigerator, do the cleaning, defrost the freezer, make sure the tanks are empty, and then put it in storage. And then, man, I'm on my way back home to unpack everything.
Your camper.
Summarizing
it.
Yeah, we're summarizing it more or less.
We're gonna de-winter ours here this weekend, I think,
Yeah, hopefully this weekend we're gonna grab it and
go.
get all the pink stuff out and get it going.
Go. Are you gonna go?
I'm hoping we can get at least a day trip in.
Day trip, yeah, not camping, but
we're
day
gonna do
trip.
some sluicing. It's time. It's time to get out of this house.
Is it gonna be nice this weekend or crappy?
I don't care.
We're
Rain,
gonna-
rain
It'll
Saturday.
just be a day trip.
If it ain't nice this weekend, it will be next weekend because we're hitting 3 digits this Saturday for the whole next week.
There's light rain on Saturday, a high of 59, and a chance of showers on Sunday, a high of 50. But it's in the middle of the week. Anything can happen.
Yeah, true. It could change by the time weekend gets here, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
In Ohio, it was snowing here at my house a little bit ago.
Are you
No,
kidding me?
No, and I mean big snowflakes too. It looked like
tell me that. Oh,
30. It looked like December. I'm like, what's going on?
I
Good
have some
Lord.
bad news though.
Uh-oh. Well,
I went outside yesterday. I woke up and went outside to let the dogs out, and then I see the biggest heron fly out of the pond flies away and ate 5 of my fish.
are you kidding me?
Well, let me explain this better because
I'm all
Kathleen's
sad.
making it sound horrible.
It is
Well, it's-
horrible.
It's the little pond, not the big pond with all the koi. It's like the goldfish
we have
that
2 ponds, right?
accidentally spawned the previous year.
A secondary, the whole
Yeah, it's a small one. We don't have a net over it. The big pond does with all the koi. So, yeah, one fish survived.
He was hiding under the filter, poor thing.
how big were these ones in that tank?
The biggest one was like this.
Good.
Yeah, I'd say
About
about
7
5, 6
inches.
inches. Yeah, 6 inches.
Is that 6
Yeah.
inches?
Yeah, so that was a pretty good meal.
Well, yeah, if he flew off, he's like, I'm full. I don't care.
He's
Oh
down-
my gosh. I could have went out there and hit it with a stick. I
I-
Needless to say, no more fish in that little pond.
I thought you was gonna say he got some of your colorful ones.
No, they
No.
survived.
They did get my white and red goldfish. I think they're called comets.
Uh-huh.
Or a clownfish.
Where he got him at. He'll be back, right?
Yeah, it was not good, and I feel so like sad for them because there was a struggle.
There was about this much water was out of that pond, and I thought, well, maybe there was a hole in the liner from the herring. No, it was all from the massacre.
That's just crazy.
And the little fish that was left, we put him in the big pond, and we haven't seen him since.
He's hiding.
He's terrified.
One of the bigger ones ate him.
No, he's too big for
He's
them
too
to
big
eat.
for
They
that,
won't eat
but
him. Yeah.
he's hiding.
He probably was hiding. Jeez. Man. Must have
Carnage.
had an anarchy when that crane was out there. I'm surprised you didn't see him or hear him, or the dogs didn't.
Well, as soon as I opened the door, the dogs ran out and saw it, but it flew away with its stupid legs dragging.
Look at Scott.
Yep, that's the guy. That's the koi murderer right
I
there.
can't get the top of his head in there. I was gonna have it where he's just kind of looking like, what are you doing? And I can't get it in there.
Feed me.
The koi murderer.
Yeah,
It's against the law to kill them here, so
yeah, it is. They're protected. No, they don't care if they eat your koi or what.
I think when we move to Arizona, there's going to be a whole other set of predators, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yeah, they're on 4 legs, and there's a lot of them. You got the fox, you got a skunk, you got raccoons, you got the miners' cats, bobcats, mountain lions.
Hence why the koi pond's indoors.
Right.
Well, screened in.
Well, it's
indoors.
gonna be.
Yeah, it'll be protected. We've been in arguing mode about the house because I kid you not, she's trying to design a house around the koi pond.
I told you I was.
I'm fighting it.
He's fighting it, he says.
Fighting it.
That's hilarious.
Scott, are you in the YouTube chat room?
No, I'm not. I'm actually trying to set stuff up so I can
I
get,
am.
get our guest here.
Dennis is in YouTube chat room. Hey, Dennis.
Okay. All right, cool.
I know I'm not even paying attention. I gotta look at it. So
Dennis, are you in the YouTube chat room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Wait a
We have a guest tonight.
minute. We do.
Yes.
is it a surprise or are we gonna say who it is?
Oh, I've already advertised and everything. It's Bryan Wilder from American Gold Prospectors. He's a avid gold digger, avid YouTuber, and I think he's going to be an interesting guest tonight. He's been quite a few places, does quite a few things, and really good at what he does where he lives in Massachusetts. So it's going to be an interesting guest, and I'm going to see, we're going to find out what he's doing, where he's been, where he's going, what he's figuring out he's going to do for this next year, stuff like that. We're just going to see, kind of follow along with what this story's bouncing. So.
Got it. Hey, Shad, are you on YouTube?
I am on YouTube under Wandering Buffaloes.
I was going to say, you're a manager of our page. Make Jaron a moderator. You know what?
Well, no, I'm personally, my personal account is.
Right. That's what I meant. Right. Okay, but you're on as Wandering Buffaloes. And
Yeah, that's it, because I can't remember the login info.
Hey, Scott.
Wandering Buffaloes.
Yeah, that's it.
If I do it, it's probably going to blast over the computer or something.
I've got it up there now.
And
I've got
Well,
it.
how about I talk about gold prices?
you do.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Let's just say gold is doing very well today. It's up $27 at 1,721.
So it bounced what, $5?
Hey, gold is doing very well. Dollars at 1,721. Who has volume on?
That's feedback.
Gold is doing very well. Dollars at 1,700.
How's that going to happen?
Somebody's trying to watch YouTube with the volume up.
It is.
Tim, is that you?
It was me.
It was me.
Is that Tim?
That was Tim.
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump on there real quick to make Jaron a moderator so he could, moderate it.
Gotta keep the YouTube muted, man.
So how many times are you going to say the gold prices again was 1,700 and what?
$1,721.
There you go. One more
So
time.
it's back up over 1,700. Silver's up 18 cents at $15.11.
Boo.
Good movement there. Platinum's up $21 at $773. Palladium's up $1,600 at $1,951.
Oh.
So that one moved up. And then rhodium, well, that one's down $1,100. It closed at $8,100.
So it's not that big of a climb as I thought.
So rhodium's the only one that went down?
Yeah, it went down $1,100.
So in the 8,000 range, right?
Yep, 8,100. But hey, I guess I don't know. I wonder if all this movement here with the gold prices going up, all of them minus rhodium went down, is because oil went up today, kind of rebounded from the major sell-off yesterday.
I don't think
Really?
anybody really knows because this is so unprecedented right now.
It's chaos.
It's just, who knows?
You guys got to understand, though, that right now there's a lot of big money that's kind of manipulating the markets, so they're trying to get set for when we go back up. They're already set from ready to go, to get big.
Thank you, Scott. But I say now, let's go to birthdays.
Yeah, you're right. Dennis.
Oh, boy.
Sing.
Sing it and no dancing.
Are you ready?
Not
He
really.
turned it off.
Why'd you turn your camera off?
Hang on a second. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. I'm not ready yet. You scare me. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Don't know if I want to look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Anymore.
Why, thank you, Dennis. Wonderful. See, everyone used to think, oh, it's a recording. Dennis never does it live. But look at that. There's the proof.
In the pudding.
That was half the proof for sure.
But it is April 22nd. And here are your birthdays. We have Bill Saflarski, Brian Dow, Brian Stillings, Brian Fernandez, Chuck, Colin Bustard, Dirt Fighter, Doyle H. Bransom, James Gordon, Lost Dutchman, Ricky Ellington, Shay, Lado Bellis, Walter Craner, and Zeb Duncan. Tomorrow, I can only see a handful, but we have Angie, Charles William Pridemore, Damon Watkins, David Black Hills, South Dakota, and Dennis Paul.
Woohoo! Happy birthday!
Okay.
Who you highlighting, Shad?
Who do you want to highlight?
What was the dirt somebody? What was it?
I need, you know what? I had my mouse over that just because I knew Scott was going to say, hey, do Dirt Fighter.
Go with Dirt Fighter then.
I'm going to go with Dirt Fighter. I mean, it is interesting. You kind of need to know more about this guy. Well, he joined back February 13th, 2013.
Uh-huh.
Longtime member there. He's from, was it Galt, California? G-A-L-T.
Oh, never heard of that one.
New one. But he sluice and pans, which makes sense for California with the restrictions. Doesn't belong to any clubs at the time. He found the site through YouTube, but did not say who. He uses a keen sluice, pan, shovels, and his back.
All right.
Happy birthday.
But happy birthday.
Happy day.
Happy birthday, everyone.
What's his name again? Dirt Digger? Dancer?
Dirt Fighter. All one word.
Dirt Diggler?
Dirt Diggler.
What?
Today's Hitler's birthday.
Oh, wait, you're over here.
Oh.
I don't know.
She is on my screen. Exactly the way you pointed.
Well, on the YouTube, she is actually to my this way.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
That way.
Some folks are listening or watching YouTube. They're listening.
To my left, but on the right of the screen.
Oh, wow. You're listening tonight and you're wondering what's going on. You could actually watch this madness now as it unfolds on our YouTube page.
Who's live?
It's live over on YouTube. So if you want, you can hop on over there and check it out. And you can see the whole crew. You could have seen Dennis just do his little birthday song. You see Scott hanging out in front of a banner. He was with Manny. Kathleen's down there in the corner just chilling. Rich is rubbing his eyes because he's already getting ready to fall asleep.
Yeah. So, are we going to start a raffle here or a pot for how long? How many shows it takes before Rich falls asleep?
Heck, I was falling asleep Sunday.
I noticed. You
You didn't have to wait.
I kept going. We got to keep going a little longer. And Rich is going to go. He's gone. That had you were doing it.
Maybe
You
my
guys stretched it out too long.
stories put him to sleep. Like he was read to when he was a kid, I think. And
Oh, that's what put him to sleep.
Here's our magic voices.
Well, we'll watch tonight, Kathleen, as you're reading. I'm gonna watch Rich.
Well, in the YouTube chat world, Razor wants to know, where's your wine at, Kathleen?
No wine tonight. I have water and nightcap.
Nightcap.
What's the nightcap?
It's Glen Meringue.
Ah,
Scotch whiskey tonight.
It puts me to sleep.
It's a 12-year-old
Called,
finished in a sherry cask.
Ooh.
So,
it's called Glen Meringue.
yeah, I think you pronounce it
Glen
differently.
Meringue.
Yeah. It's a really good one, though. It's
Meringue.
not that expensive of a scotch.
I got cool.
Kool-Aid. They still make that?
Yeah, I got lemonade Kool-Aid.
Lemonade Kool-Aid.
Well, they didn't have my Weiler's one, the one in the thing. You know the one I'm talking about,
Are
Kathleen.
you talking the one that's in the yellow thing that looks
Container deal.
Okay.
Oh.
They didn't have none of them, so I just had to get packets of Kool-Aid.
Mix your own, eh?
Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Ginseng iced tea.
Yeah. No, I ain't got no iced tea. Kool-Aid.
That's pretty good. If you can't buy it, we'll just stir it up and mix it ourselves.
Right. Yeah. It's not bad either. Dennis, you're drinking Mountain Dew. Looks like
I got a Pepsi in a Mountain Dew bottle.
it almost looks like
Oh, I was wondering.
Pepsi and Mountain Dew.
you and tobacco spit.
I just got this thing ever since I was a kid, and when I would open up, I can't remember. I think I used to drink Dr. Pepper, and I had a can, and ever since I took a drink, and I got a bee, and it stung me in my mouth, and I swallowed the bee.
Yeah.
Anytime I have cans, I always save a bottle, and I pour my can in a bottle, make sure it has the lid on it.
I think that happens to everybody. I got stung in the mouth same way, Dennis.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
So-
Out here in Arizona, you can't open a can anytime.
Yeah, but at least in a bottle you can see them.
Yeah, and they can't get in as long as you keep the lid on.
They're bad in the cans. Yep, same thing. Right in the top of the lip.
Mm-hmm.
There's no worse place to get stung. Shad, comment?
No comment. I drank Tang as a kid.
Oh, I did too. Tang was.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what
Dang.
my grandma grew me up on that.
You can still get it.
Yeah, you can.
It was too expensive for us, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
Mom would always
wait,
make us
more.
Tang, and then
It was like a dime a packet.
Oh,
when
the
I was
little
a-
packets.
When I
Yeah.
was a kid.
yeah, Mom would always make the Tang, and when she would leave the kitchen, I'd go back in, open up, put 2 or 3 more scoops in.
Oh yeah,
We were always Kool-Aid. Always had Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
I would put 2 cups of sugar.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the old Kool-Aid, you had to actually, it was a flavor packet,
And you
and
made
you
it.
had to put actual
Yeah.
real sugar in.
Is that I'm drinking tonight.
2
Yeah.
cups.
You put a cup and a half of sugar in it.
Believe that.
Like, good God, it's terrible. That's all you taste is the sugar. It just looks lemonade-y.
Yeah, I had a forever Kool-Aid stain.
You drank way too much Kool-Aid. Apparently, too much. Gosh, this is craziness. But,
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
News.
You want to do some news?
hold on, Kathleen. We still got to play your intro. You know,
Oh, my intro.
my earphone just fell out. I hear you guys. All right.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Okay, everybody. This is my first West Coast Wednesday news on video. So I'm getting used to it. I don't know what to do with my hands. April 22nd. Just a few stories tonight, not too many. This story I ran across, I thought it was kind of interesting because you never really think about this, but the collapse in the commercial air travel due to the COVID-19.
Delta?
Well, this has all the restrictions actually has, funneled into the gold mining industry. So they've been hit because they can't transfer their ore out of these remote places on airplanes, and they use commercial planes evidently, which I did not know. That was interesting. But they haven't been able to. I mean, they can, but it's a lot more work and a lot more delays. So that has affected the gold mining industry.
I'd hate to see them at the baggage claim.
I couldn't imagine like the whole airplane full of gold.
Yeah, and what's with the 50-pound weight limit then, man?
Right. You know what? They gotta
That's
have a
big
contract.
for the gold.
I think so.
I'm suspicious.
20%. There's some kind of contract in there. Say, yeah, I'll haul it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch over to another form of gold that is very elusive and I have yet to find. It's the morel mushroom. In Ohio, not so lucky. I know Dennis has found a whole ton of them, but it's morel mushroom hunting season in northeast Missouri. And this one, they're still going to hold it because it is kind of social distancing, right? You're not in a big group crowd finding mushrooms all together. So it's a good activity to do if you, want to get out of the house. But anyway, they said that the mushroom season is especially good this year. So they're still going to have their event, and I guess this was an event of interest, huh?
Oh,
No, I
they're
don't know.
still doing that?
Indiana's got a booming with them.
Yes, they are.
Maybe so. Maybe I'll start looking to see if there are any quarantine or social distancing friendly events of interest, and we can bring Shad back to do that. That'd be funny.
You know what's easy about the social distancing hunting mushrooms is because you don't want any competition around you anyway.
Right. Because people are very, very protective over their spots. Now, that's what the article was saying. The article did suggest that morel hunters look on the south and west facing slopes early in the season and the north and east slopes later on. And morels, Dennis has told us this before, they favor trees like ashes, elms, cottonwoods, and domesticated apples. I knew that.
Wow.
We have an apple tree in our yard even.
I think they favor those trees because they lose a lot of limbs and a lot of leaves.
And
And, yeah, a lot of gunk.
Yeah, biodegradables.
They say any areas that were disturbed by fire or floods or logging can also produce a lot of morels. So.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
The double D's got morels.
Full of morel mushrooms.
Smell-o-vision.
They are very delicious. I have to give you that. All right, on to the next one. Did you guys know that there's an active meteor shower going on right now?
no.
I heard
It's always cloudy.
Well,
I heard about it last night, but I didn't see any. I was watching for about a half an hour.
last night was supposed to be the peak for the Lyrid meteor shower. It's basically the best shower that you'll see for months now, but last night was its peak. And you really didn't have to go anywhere. You could just go outside, look in the sky if you don't have any clouds covering like you do here in Ohio. You could really, really see it. And it started last Thursday, I think. Last Thursday. And it goes on for 10 days. But they said last night was the peak. You could probably still see them right now. Well, not this minute, but they said the best time is to get it really, really early in the morning. That's when you have the best light to see it. And then they had also said because of the new moon, I don't know a lot about this, you wouldn't have to compete with the light from the moon to see them. So pretty cool if you want to go do that. They're beautiful to see, I'm sure, but I've never seen it like shower.
You know what we see a lot of out here is if you're watching up a lot, you could actually see like the satellites up in space flying by really quick.
Space junk.
Yeah. When we flew up there, it was crazy how much you could see. But what this meteor shower is, it's little bits of rock and dust that was left behind from a comet.
Mhm.
And the comet, I think it's called the Thatcher comet, but I'm not sure. It's 1861G. I don't know. Maybe that's the name of it. Each year, the Earth will drift through a cloud of debris from its earlier visit. Its most recent trip to the inner solar system was 1861. Hence the name
1861.
Yes. So we are still, when we orbit, we're still going through that tail. I'm
wondering who at 1861 was actually writing this stuff down.
Well, I'm sure. Well,
smart people, science people.
That's how the
astronomer people.
Yeah. Okay. That's how the astronomers.
1861. That's a long time ago, boy.
No, but Christopher Columbus used the stars, I'm sure, for traveling.
That's for navigation, of course. Yeah.
And you have to know the constellations and where you are in relation to what's going on in the sky. So that's pretty cool.
Huh.
Yeah. They said that this will be the best meteor spotting until November. So the big Perseids meteor shower will happen in August, but it's not the biggest. Oh, well, wait, it's not the biggest this year. Let me correct myself, because the one that happens in August should be the biggest, but because of the moon cycle this year and where the full moon, it's going to be washed out.
I think I can, if you take it like in a year's process to this date, from the year to this date, I think I've heard about 3 good ones, with this one being the 3rd big one that I know of.
Well, that'll bring me to my next story, actually. So just so that you guys, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but a meteoroid is what enters the Earth's atmosphere, and then it vaporizes. And then becomes that meteor that you see. But a meteorite is if it goes through the atmosphere and lands on the surface of the Earth for us to find. So that's why it's called a meteorite. So that's the difference. You can't see the. Can you see that one? Okay, so this photo, can you see it?
Yeah, we see it.
My big fat head's blocking it. But anyway, this happened actually recently. This was in Prescott, or outside of Prescott, near Yavapai County. Over 50 people reported seeing a fireball in February. Thanks to the widespread sightings, they were able to confirm that a meteor traveled south of Prescott. So this caused like a gold rush, if you will, of folks going out with their metal detectors and trying to find the fragments of the meteorite. So I don't know if anybody found any in our treasure hunting community and gold prospecting community, but that'd be pretty cool if you could post some pictures or something, because I love meteorites. I think that's really cool. I can't wait to find one myself. I think the chances of finding them in Arizona will probably be a lot greater, especially where we're going to be, because there's not a lot of, it's way top of a hill. I guess. I don't know.
I'm scattered out there.
You know what's really cool about that is because usually, like, there's some people out here in Arizona, I know that they actually fly around in airplanes and look for the divots.
Yeah.
But Shad's got a good drone, man. That's a cool way to cover a lot of ground to look for divots.
That's a great idea. Oh, can't wait. So as we know, some of them can be very valuable.
Scott had a great idea.
Yeah, we need to log that down.
Are you being facetious?
I'm an idea guy.
I think
that would be a good way, though.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually itching to go back to Arizona already, and we got a lot of other things to get through first before we can even think about booking more trips for our wandering year. We already do have the Alaska trip booked, but we're crossing our fingers that it won't be affected. So we'll see.
Yeah,
So,
I think my Yukon trip's already out.
yeah, the Gold Rush season too for they're delayed, so I don't know how that's going to pan out.
Ha 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 ha. Next story.
Okay, so I'm actually at Fun Facts now.
Oh.
So, just to stay, I know, isn't it? Can you see that now?
It's somebody's practicing the wearing the gloves, evidently.
Okay, so fun facts. I thought I would just stick with meteorites because there's so many cool stories out there. And just, some of the most notable ones that were interesting. I'll start with this one. This is a metal detector named David Hole, Hole.
That can't be his name.
That is his name.
That's his YouTube name.
Maybe, I don't know. But in 2015, he was prospecting with his metal detector in Australia. He discovered something really out of the ordinary that looked kind of misplaced because it was like a reddish rock that you see kind of behind me. And it was sitting on top of some yellow clay. So it kind of looked weird. So he took it home. He tried to open it. He used everything that, a saw. He tried to crack it open. He had an angle grinder. He even put it in acid, and not even a sledgehammer could make a crack in this bizarre rock. So that's how they found out it was a meteorite. But
can you imagine trying to saw it?
No.
Nothing like trying to cut an I-beam.
2.5 pounds. Did you know that?
What's that?
37.5 pounds.
Man.
That's pretty
Do they say how much he got from it, or has he still got it?
They didn't sell it or anything. He still he has it. I think the museum has got it, but they did use a diamond saw to just couldn't even cut it in half. They had only cut a little sliver with the diamond saw.
Oh wow.
So only so that they could, do some tests on it to see what it was. But I think it ended up being a high percentage of iron. But they didn't say anything about gold being in that one. So, but crazy, isn't it?
I know sometimes they'll cut those slivers like real thin, and then they'll sell them so people can like put lights behind them and stuff like that from the whatever gems or whatever they collect out of space will shine through.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty awesome.
Well, they are awesome. We have one, but we didn't find it. We found it at the gold show. But it's really cool because I was playing with a magnet with it, and I think you even have a video clip on Instagram. I think on Wandering Buffalo's Instagram, so you could see how I held a magnet above it, and then it just
Wow.
Quarantine entertainment. What are you gonna do?
Right. Now, has anybody told you if that's one of the ones that's worth money or just common?
This particular one, actually, it's not worth a lot of money, but it's unique because this I don't have that story on tonight's Fun Facts, but I just remember it. I forget when, but in Russia, a big meteorite hit the Earth and shattered into a lot of pieces, and you can still find larger pieces of it that probably are worth a lot more money than what we have on auctions or whatever. So I don't know.
Do you guys remember that show? And I think it was a show or a YouTube video. I think it was a show though. But those guys used to pull around those like 4 and 5, 6 foot wide metal detectors, and they'd find meteorites that they'd have to pull out with a backhoe because they're monstrous.
I don't remember that show, but that's pretty cool.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Probably in Australia.
Well, even Russia. Russia is
Russia.
But this guy went like to Idaho, Utah, and he just went back and forth through people's fields, and he'd find them buried 5-6 feet deep, but he'd dig them up and they'd be as big as around as a coffee table.
Actually, the story that I have coming up is about a farmer who had dug this up, but they still haven't moved it because it's too big. They couldn't even use a backhoe.
Wow.
So that one's coming up. But this next story, this one, this is not. This is the big one. This is the one the farmer couldn't even dig up, and it's still there. But you're on the wrong picture here.
No, I'm not. I'm on number 7.
Number 6, though.
We were on 6. That's
Oh, look at that cut in half, man. That was awesome.
And there it is. That's the one I want. No, this one.
You had that one up already.
what, this one?
This one. Can you see it?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay. This one isn't the biggest meteorite, but it is an interesting one nonetheless. Last September, a story was reported that they discovered a mineral in this meteorite never seen before in nature. So it was found alongside the road. Guess where? Australia.
Cool finger.
It's near an old gold rush town there. Wedderburn. Well, it used to be a hot spot for prospectors, and occasionally it still is, but you can find nuggets, I think, there. But they found it in 1951. It was just a small 7.4 ounce chunk that you see here. That's really zoomed in, though. But the mineral they found was called Edscotite.
Huh.
It's the word Ed, Scott, and tight.
Yeah, that's funny.
So that's what they found. It's a rare form of iron carbide that's never been found in nature. So that, that in itself is pretty cool. But they think that what this Edscotite came from, it was remnants of a planet that had a collision, and the little bits and pieces are floating through space.
Wow.
That was kind of interesting, I thought.
Shoot, get out of here.
So back to that big old square.
You mean that one right there?
Meteorite. This one. All right, so this one is the largest meteorite. In 1920, a farmer was plowing his fields when he screeched to a halt, and lo and behold, he thought he had just a little piece of metal, but he just kept digging and digging and digging. And it just never came up because it weighs 66 tons.
Good Lord.
Holy cow.
Yes. It's called the Hoba because of the farm was called Hoba West.
Hoba.
But Hoba, Hoba. It's square like you see in this picture. And they say that it's 66 tons. I already said that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They think it fell to Earth like 80,000 years ago. It's composed of 80% iron, 16% nickel, and trace amounts of cobalt and other metals. So that's pretty cool.
I'd like to know how it stayed square.
This is a weird thing. What's that?
I said I'd like to know how it stayed square.
I know. So I'm getting ready to say that. But anyway, it's 9 feet long and 9 feet wide. And the reason why they think that it didn't create this huge crater, something that big, slamming into Earth, was because of the square shape. That it meant that it didn't break apart, get rounded off in the atmosphere because it wasn't going as fast as, some of the other meteors do.
Right.
So that's why it retained its square shape.
Huh.
Hey.
Imagine how big it was before it hit.
Right. That's exactly what they think it was even bigger.
Oh wow.
Because they couldn't move it, and it's still there, actually in the same exact spot, except for now they put pavement around it so people could come and look at it. But you can go visit this at the site where they found it, and it's actually a tourist spot for thousands of people every year.
Okay.
And it did not put a significant crater in the earth. So crazy.
Interesting.
I thought so. And finally, the last one. This one is the most valuable one. I'll get out of the way so you can see it better. I gotta position myself better next time.
Uh-huh.
This
Bring
one
it
I
in
talked
your ear,
about
Shad.
before.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of funny because the name of it is the Fukang meteorite. That's the Fukang.
Uh-huh.
This one is actually worth $1.8 million.
Buddy.
And the reason why it's so valuable is it's made of nickel and iron laced with the olivine, the green crystals. It actually has crystals in it. It's a really rare find. It's said that only 1% of the meteorites that fall onto Earth is this type of meteorite. It was found in the year 2000, but it's 4.5 billion years old.
Wow. That's all.
That this meteorite is basically the same age of our planet.
It looks really cool though.
Yeah, because it's definitely one of the most beautiful, I think. This isn't the whole thing. The actual thing weighed 2,200 pounds.
Jeez.
In the year 2000, in Fukang, China, that's where it was found. And a Chinese dealer ended up being able to move about 44 pounds, a 44-pound chunk from it. And they actually took it in 2005 to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show and featured it there. So that's pretty cool.
Cool. Scott, you might have seen it.
He didn't go to the Tucson Gem. He went to the Mesa.
I went to the Phoenix. I went to the
Wrong
Phoenix.
one.
Yeah, I went to the Phoenix rock sale.
Yeah.
2005, they took it there, right?
Isn't that cool?
Kathleen, you said they took it there in 2005, right?
Yeah, they did.
Maybe
I don't think it's been back, but I thought that was pretty cool.
that is cool, though. Could have seen it. Man.
And that is Dredging Up the News.
All right.
First video edition.
With pictures. With the
Pictures. And evidently, Shad got him out of
That was
order.
ain't that what they call a pinpoint presentation?
not a picture.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. There we go.
That's all we do all day long is make those things.
Presentation, pinpoint presentation. Yeah. All right, so what we could do, real quick, let's do a quick commercial from our good friends at Amara, and then we'll come back and with Scott in the Goldfield and his special guest. What do you
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send him a link.
Just let him know we're going to be doing a commercial. Come on in and hang on for a second. We'll get him in here. So we'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. The sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims for a small tax-deductible tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
Now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
Here's Swiftwater.
All right. Got you on there, Bryan, right?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome.
All right.
What's happening, Bryan?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, YouTube?
He's here. Got the whole gang, I think. Wherever Dennis and Rich are. They're
I'm
around.
here.
Good to have you on, buddy.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me.
So anyway, I'd like to start out just tell the people that don't know you pretty much like right now where they can find you, like on YouTube, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just got a YouTube channel. I probably started a couple years ago, but it's on American Gold Prospectors. They're on YouTube. I got a Facebook page too, but it's not very active. But yeah, I just started kind of doing videos of just following people on the river. I would just see just random people. I go up to them and ask them, hey, can I just check out your equipment and take a little video? Just because when I started out, there wasn't very much on YouTube. Well, when I started filming, I don't know, it's probably 5-6 years ago, and there wasn't like a whole lot for like beginners. So I figured I'd just go out and kind of like interview people and see what kind of different equipment they were using. And not only that, you got one person that uses a dredge, and you got another person that uses a dredge, and they're using completely different. Some people have different brands or like do-it-yourself kind of equipment. So I just thought it'd be cool to go around and see what everyone else has and just make videos.
So what did you start with?
Oh man, I just started with a pan. Geez, probably like 8, 9, 10 years ago. Just a pan. I'm over on the East Coast over here, and there's I'm in Massachusetts, and there's absolutely no one like prospecting for gold around in this area, at least at that time, So there was like no information, and on YouTube, YouTube wasn't that big back then, so there was just, I kind of grew up in the dark with it, and just started kind of slowly learning what a sluice box was, and then I bought a sluice box, and actually I never used it as a sluice. Because when I got it in like the beginning of the winter, so I couldn't use it. And then I actually turned that, I think it was a Keen A52, the bigger one. I actually took that and turned it into a high banker. And then actually, yeah, so I used it as a high banker probably for like 3 months in the spring. And I'm like, this is kind of slow. I want to turn this into a dredge. So I kind of make like my own homemade kind of dredge, 3-inch dredge out of it. So, I mean, I kind of went to a pan, to a high banker, to a sluice in like a year. And then
you took the serious jump.
Yeah. And then actually, the last week, I remember I was over Bath, New Hampshire. There's a campground over there, and a lot of gold prospectors go to. And the owner there had a dredge, and I was bothering him all summer long to sell it to me because he wasn't really using it. It was kind of a spare one they had. And where I am over here in the Northeast, it was like it's hard to find a dredge, at least back 6, 7 years ago, whatever it was. So I was hounding him all summer long, and then finally he was like, yeah, you know what? Just if you just shut up, I'll sell it to you. So, so actually, I got him the same year. I kind of went through everything in the year. I knew I loved it and I wanted to keep doing it. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy a dredge.
Cool. And how long you been doing this now?
I've probably been dredging for, I don't know, 7, 8 years now.
Right.
Probably started maybe. I think first time I started was the first season of Gold Rush, because I remember that came on and I was like out of this world, like, wow, I can't wait to watch this. It was like the first season, the first time they were going. So whatever that was, I forget.
Yeah, I was with you on that.
That's kind of like when I got started. I bought the pan first, and then saw the commercials for that show. I'm like, oh no way, this is gonna be awesome, you know. So I couldn't wait to watch that show. But whenever the first season of Gold Rush was, kind of, I think when I started.
Okay. That was pretty cool when that started.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't wait. I was glued to it for quite a while, and then I haven't even watched it the last couple of years. It's got too weird, too commercial, you know.
So where you dig, you don't really dig in Massachusetts, right?
No. If you go Western Mass, there's a little bit of gold, but just doing research when I got started, the closest place to me is in New Hampshire. It's only like a 3-hour ride from where I am now. So that's the first place I kind of started going when I got the high banker. It was Bath, New Hampshire. So
Right.
So I kind of started there, and I kept going there because every time I went, I got gold, and I was like, wow, this is great. Almost every time you went, you never got skunked. And I was having a blast. I thought it was great, even just finding small little pieces and everything. But of course, as soon as I got bigger equipment and a dredge, I started getting bigger and more. I'm like, this is awesome, So I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And now this year, I picked up the 5-inch dredge, and I picked up another 4-inch dredge. Actually, Jim Hamilton let me have his old dredge because it was like way down in the gully, and he's like, we haven't touched that dredge in like 4 or 5 years. And he's like, if you can get it, you can have it.
I know where it was at, and trust me, I could see why he said that.
Yeah, it took me like 3 or 4 days, and it was all catclaw and ripped up. But he's like, yeah, go ahead, just it's yours if you can get it.
Cool.
So that was really cool. So I got that one this year. So that one was cool because it's it's a 3-stage sluice box, which I never had. So that's really cool. I can't wait to try that out.
Now, where you dig at, you find more big gold than fine gold, right? For being clear on the East Coast?
Yeah, so I kind of moved up. Actually, I was in New Hampshire for quite a while, and I got noticed by there's a Jack Duggins from Ice Cold Gold and his mining partner John Garrett. They digged up in Maine, and I didn't know anything about Maine, where to find gold or anything. But they came to an outing and saw me dredging, and they're like, you're a really hard worker. You're really into it. And he's like, we want you to come up to Maine with us. So I'm like, yeah, no way. That's cool because I seen pictures of gold they're getting. They're getting some really cool stuff. Like, yeah, absolutely. So I got invited on their trip, and so they took me up there, and they kind of took me under their wing, and just showed me a lot more about prospecting. That I didn't really have anyone to guide me, or I was kind of just doing it all on my own.
What's some of the size of the gold you've been finding?
Yeah. So I'll show you my biggest one ever. My biggest one ever is actually from New Hampshire. This was from Bath, New Hampshire. This was 9.2.
Oh, I don't even like you anymore.
Yeah.
Pro McKee's coming in. Yeah, that's a 9.2. And that was from New Hampshire.
Dredging?
Yeah, I got that one dredging. Actually, I got a video. This one here I found live, which was really cool. I had a GoPro with my mask, and I would just let it go for a couple of hours while I was dredging. Mm-hmm. And I actually found this one live on the GoPro, and I got a video one.
And that was in what state?
This was from New Hampshire. This was
New Hampshire. Wow.
2016. I got this one, and then my biggest one from Maine was this one. I think 8.1 or 8.2, and so that's
Nice.
That's still pretty darn good.
Wow. From Maine.
This was from Maine. This was 8.2.
I guess that's okay.
Man, I didn't think they had that big gold on the East Coast. Holy crap.
Yeah, no, actually, the gold up there, it's bigger, but there's not a lot of it,
Mm-hmm.
You'll go 2 or 3 days and barely just find a couple of fly foods, just a couple little flakes or whatever. But then all of a sudden you get into a pocket and you'll find 5 or 6 grams of big chunky stuff, like half grammers, 1 grammers, 2 grammers.
Wow.
That makes up for the week, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, so that's the way it is there. It's all stuff like all these pictures.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they're far and few between. But so Maine, I don't know. You just gotta keep going and going in Maine, and then you go along and just find a pocket. It's kind of weird up there.
Huh,
But
awesome.
I think their stuff is from Quebec through the glaciers, and that's just a lucky spot, I guess, or a glacier.
Now a lot of people don't know this unless they watch your videos, but I don't know if you made one, but you come out here this summer, and that's where I got to meet you actually, or this winter, and I got to meet you here. What did you think? What did you think about Arizona's gold compared to where you dig at now?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to prospect that much until like the last week I was there. I got to dredge finally. I finally found an area that was up at the Peterson mine in Stanton, actually, where the nugget shooter is going right now. Right down below in the same area, there's a stream, and it's usually dry, but when I was there, it was wet. There was plenty of water to dredge. So I got hooked up with Toby. Toby actually took me up to the potato patch up in Stanton. That was a really cool experience.
Yeah,
but yeah, he hooked me up with the owner and got me to be able to dredge there. So I finally got to dredge, and that was the only time I started finding some gold. I found a half grammer and probably like another half a gram of like little fine flakes. But the water dried up, and the next day it just wasn't enough. I kept on running out of water in my hole, and there was just no water. So other than that, I did a lot of metal detecting. I went to Bill Southern's place. I bought a gold monster. And I mean, I swung that thing to my arm hurt, and I only found a half grammer with that thing.
Hey, at least you found one.
Yeah, I finally found one. I mean, I've been detecting quite a while. I mean, and I don't know, I just never had any luck finding gold with a metal detector.
You know, it's cool that you found that one nugget, like when you were doing your live video, because there's a video that I did on metal detecting, and I've always looked for what they call a chispa piece, you know, quartz and gold.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, on that video was the day I actually found my first one. I was like, get really?
Yeah, I love finding those. We actually find not a lot of them, but I usually find one or two per year up in Maine. So it's nice coincidence.
What's your plans for the future?
Well, pretty much I'm doing it all the time now. In the wintertime, it was my first time going to Arizona, and I'm definitely going to do it again. Arizona's cool, but I really love to dredge. So if there's a way I can dredge somewhere, you know, whether it's, you know, I don't know, somewhere else, Nevada, or I don't know. I really don't have any plans. I just kind of go with the flow. I'd love to spend more time out west, because if I put the time in that I do up here in New England, I can do a lot better out west. I'm just kind of, I got some property here and stuff, so it's kind of hard to leave. And, you know, I help my mom out, so I take care of her property and everything too. So, you know, I'm kind of rooted in here, but I would love to get out west. This summer will be my first time going to Alaska, where the Biffles go. I think they're going on the trip right after me. I'm going on the July 6th.
I think we're going.
The last part of July.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we'll just miss them, but yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome to go up to.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You're gonna come back and be spoiled, just like Shad and Kathleen.
We are.
Yeah.
We don't even want to dredge in Ohio anymore.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Everyone that's been there keeps on saying, "No, once you go up there and you get on that 6-inch, like you won't even dredge anymore back where you are."
I didn't want to come back and use my 2-inch after that. I was like,
yeah,
that would be really hard.
I just hope they have it, because yeah, what's going on? You know, I was nervous booking the trip, and it's kind of an expensive trip, and then you got to book airfare, and I'm like, oh man, you know, that's only like $6.
Well, they're still having it. I talked to Matt just the other day, and of course they're leaving here soon, actually, because they're moving to Alaska permanently.
Oh, really?
So they're on their way up there here in a couple of weeks. So they're gonna go to camp and start getting it set up. They're just waiting for things to thaw out a little more.
Yeah, it's probably still frozen up there.
and it's just so beautiful up there.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be really cool.
It just smells better.
Bears and everything.
That's what I was thinking. I wouldn't mind moving up there, but then you got snow, you got bears big enough to eat you.
It's good to visit, but I want the heat. I want Arizona.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Let me get away.
And the bugs up there are just crazy.
No, they were and they weren't.
Well, that's because I made that my essential oil bug spray.
It did work.
And it worked.
It did. I will admit, it did.
It did.
I bet it's loaded with black flies up there.
But the best part is just like you dredge all day long. You're working hard. You're chilled to the bone. You come back, get all dry, and then you get to clean your gold all night. And that's best next, out in nature. So.
And you don't have to cook your dinner.
Yes.
Like that part.
You're gonna love the breakfasts and dinner. They supply lunch stuff that you can pack because you don't come back when you leave. can't. You're out.
Now, you guys, that was the couple that I talked to here at the Phoenix Gold Show, wasn't it?
Matt and Ginger, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty laid back and pretty cool. It's like those are the people you kind of want to go out and have fun with, you know?
Oh, they're
Very
a
much.
great couple, and their kids are adorable. Oh my gosh, these kids. Ginger always says that the young one, he was born to be in the bush. This little was he 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think he was.
He was climbing
He was
rocks
insane.
and swinging from the trees.
He's like how I imagined Scott Swiftwater Tony was as a kid.
And
Just
he
how
was
long he is.
everywhere, just everywhere.
Hey, Bryan,
You could bet that's true.
we got an Ohio relic hunter asked, how long has Bryan been detecting, and does he do any besides gold detecting?
Metal detecting, I kind of got into it a little, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Around here, you can't really detect nuggets, but we got the beach. We got Boston. Boston was only like a half-hour drive for me. And, there's a lot of history out there. People are finding some old, really old colonial coins and everything. So I figured I'd give it a try, and I went to the beach and just dug up pull tabs and lobster pop pieces. I think I found a nickel one time, but no, I mean, I went to Arizona like 2 years ago and tried metal detecting, but the detector I bought was really good for saltwater. It was the Fisher's CZ21, and that's not really made for gold, but it's all I had. So I tried that in Arizona for a couple weeks, and yeah, I can't get into metal detecting. It's just kind of boring for me,
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you find stuff, but after that, I went to that Bill Southern thing in Arizona. All I was finding was like bullets.
Right. Oh man, I found
More
like
bullets.
5 pounds of bullets this year. Yeah, no, I gave it an honest try. It's not exciting for me. I mean, I just, once you dredge and when I'm under there, I'm just picking the pickers off the bottom. I mean, you see the gold when you're dredging up to it. You'll see a whole bunch of golden cracks in the bedrock when you're underwater and you dip tweezers. I mean, it's exciting when you're dredging. It's a blast. Well, metal detecting, I don't know. I mean, if you do find one, you just dig it up out of the dirt. I don't know. It's just not exciting. I mean, it's exciting to find the gold for sure, but I can understand if you live in Arizona, that's your way of life. There's just no water or whatever.
Now, when you're dredging, I mean, this is just for like a lot of people because I've seen your videos. When you're dredging, do you like to do the respirator? Or do you like have the full mask like Kathleen and Shad and me do?
I would love to have the whole mask. I bought one of those cheap ones. It was only like $100, and I hated it. But the really nice ones that are like $600-700, like you use on like Bering Sea Gold, those are great. They're real expensive. I hope to get one someday.
Have you got to use one like that?
No, I haven't. No, I heard they have some up at the camp there in Alaska. So.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I want to try one up there for sure. I'm sure I'll love it. It just well, the other thing too is you need that good compressor, the CAC, was it 63 or whatever it's called.
Right.
That compressor holds a lot of air and it really pumps you, plenty of air. So I got the T80, which still gives you enough air, but I know when I had the full face going on, like when I'm dredging, I'm under the water, I'm moving boulders. There's a lot of boulders and you're kind of wrestling with them all day. When you start wrestling a boulder, I just started running out of air, breathing like a lot heavier.
Right.
That full face mask, it was killing me. I was using like way more air than I usually would use. So I just kept on running out of air with that full face mask. So I kind of chucked it off and put the regulator back in.
Well, since you've been dredging and stuff, what kind of do you do? Do you still use a wetsuit or did you go to a dry suit yet?
No, actually, I went to a water heater. A wetsuit with hot water is 10 times better than a dry suit, I say. I never tried a dry suit, but my buddy Alex that I dredge with, he has a really nice one, like, a really good Kevlar one that's thick and, real expensive. And he has
They are costly.
really gold. He gets gold in his. And half the time it leaks or there's a problem or, if you need to use the bathroom, you got to unsuit, just it's a pain in the butt. And then, so what I did, I just I made my own exhaust water heater out of a fire extinguisher with copper coils going through it. So the exhaust goes through there and then it heats up the water, and I put the water in my wetsuit, and it's like having a jacuzzi. It's like way better than you could ever have. Like the guys in Bering Sea Gold, like you seen them. I don't think anyone uses a dry suit. They're all with wetsuits with hot water.
Now you just coiled that around your exhaust, yeah?
Yeah, I made a video. There's a video on my channel of exactly how I made it. But I took 50 feet of copper, like the soft kind of copper you can get in coils at like Home Depot, and I just made a coil all the way around, up once and then back around, and then I think a third time. And I have a I think it's a 6-inch fire extinguisher, and I put a fire blanket on the outside, so because if the copper coil's in there rattling around, that copper coil is gonna break. So I made padding with a fire blanket, and I put the coil in there. And the exhaust comes through, heats that water up, and plenty of hot water.
Very
Hey,
nice.
Bryan, Mr. Lodak, Jaron, wants to know what you used to do for a living, and how did he transition it into today?
Well, for a living, I was a chef. I was a chef for weddings. That's all we did. I was the executive chef. I was in charge of the whole operation. I did that from by the time I was 23 all the way until probably 39. I'm 42 now, or no, I'm 41. And yeah, I got laid off just because they closed the place about 2 or 3 years ago, because no one's really getting married anymore, and the business just kept on going down. We just couldn't book any weddings. I think everyone's in debt because of college. They get out of college and they have such huge debts that they can't afford to have like a nice wedding.
Mhm.
So our business just fell off a cliff. So they closed the place. I got laid off. I did go to a hotel for a couple of years, and I was like, whatever. I just left. So right now, I have rental property that I use right now, and that's how I make my income. I'm kind of a slumlord, I guess. But it frees me up to go do whatever I want to do and go to Arizona, and
Right.
It's awesome. You're not tied to a desk.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I never got married. I got no kids. I was always real thrifty. I always saved my money. I never really bought new cars until, just a year ago. I bought a brand new truck. That was the first time ever I bought, a new car.
Nice.
So I kind of always saved
Awesome.
everything.
So
I can
the
kind of
big
go around and
question,
travel around and go prospect.
the big question, what's your goal in Alaska?
Well, I'm just trying this trip this one time just to see what it's like. It would be cool to go up there all the time, but you need a lot of equipment. You need land, you need claims, you need I don't know.
That's the thing. It's
He means how many ounces? What's your goal?
Oh, how many ounces? I don't know. I heard Jim Hamilton got 8 ounces, I think, last
a
year.
piece.
No, total.
Total?
Yeah,
no.
total.
It's
So
part
they got
of it.
16 ounces together, so I think they each got 8, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think I can work as hard as him. I hope to. I'm gonna try. I mean, it's a luck. So if I can get 8 ounces in 10 days, I'll be really happy.
Oh man, I bet you will.
Even if I get 5 ounces, I don't really have a goal. I just want to go and do it and do the best I can and see what I get.
Right. Well, you say you did it.
Yeah. I just want to say I did it. Have the experience.
Right.
As long as I get 3 ounces would be great just to pay for the trip.
Right?
Yeah, I don't really have a goal. I'm just gonna go do it. And what I get is what I get.
Oh, I figured you was good. I figured you had a goal in line, like you had a good number, which I know.
No. I mean, it depends too on what the river's doing. If it's flooding out or if it's low, or a lot of it might not be up to me. If it's real muddy and turbulent or something, I don't know.
Now, do you got any plans to go anywhere else this year?
No, that's just my big trip for this year is Alaska,
Right.
and then I would love to go to California, but you can't dredge there.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do? Pan?
Right. I don't know. I hear there's still some back corners you can get into.
Yeah.
But no, California, I definitely want to dredge there sometime, and definitely Idaho, I'd love to dredge. I would love the Northeast, would be great. So I can't do that this summer, but probably next summer I hope to do that.
Now, have you ever thought about sniping in California?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that, but I don't know, like, legally if you're allowed. Like, I have a whole hookah set up, with the 5 horsepower motor and a T80, just on a belt, and that's it. But I don't know if that's legal or not legal.
Well, I mean, it should be as long as you're not pumping water.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I am a certified diver, so I could get air tanks to go under. But then you're only limited to like an hour or something with the air tanks.
Yeah, Jesse Mendez just said that sniping in Cali.
Yeah. So if you can use a hookah, I don't know. I don't know much about California.
Many weird.
3,000 miles from me, so I don't know.
Yeah, and there's too many weird bulls down there.
Yeah, and I'm more afraid too of.
motor.
I heard a lot of stories too about like people just smashing your windows when you're up down at the creek. Breaking into cars. Breaking into your toolbox in the back of the truck.
Right.
That's what we call tweakers.
Yeah, tweakers. Yeah, a lot of tweakers. That's what I heard. I know people. Yeah, they come back and the window smashed open. And,
Yeah.
a lot of these guys, they actually leave all their the doors open. They'll leave the glove boxes open and empty it out just so they don't get the window smashed. And I don't know if I want to hang out in a place like that.
No.
Yeah.
Gold's good in there in California.
And they don't even bother with that petty crime stuff out there.
Petty crime.
But yeah, no, Oregon would be great. I'd love to do all that. I'm just waiting for doors to open, I guess. Just kind of hanging out there and meeting people, and maybe someday someone needs a dredger somewhere or something.
That's always possible.
Yeah. You never know.
I think what was it, Tim? We were at the Vegas show, and the Palm Rankies picked up one guy that what's his name? Dang it! I thought he was in a wheelchair. That he was a diver.
No, George was already there.
George was already there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Palm Rank.
The Bering Sea next.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Never.
I almost going on Gold Rush Whitewater. Fred Hurt called me out of the blue. I made it all the way until it was like 2 weeks before they're going, and they still haven't made their final decision yet. And I called him like, just I need to know if I'm going or not. It's only 2 weeks away. We're supposed to be leaving. And it turns out, they were just, I guess I was on the back burner because the other guy couldn't go. So, I was so close to going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that was cool. No, he just called me out of the blue. I just got a message on Facebook. He said, "Hey, Bryan, this is Fred. What's your phone number?" And sent the phone number, and he called me. We're talking for about an hour. And then he's like, "Yeah, the reason why I called you is because I want you to join my team this year." And I was like, "Hell yeah, that'd be cool." And the way he was talking, I was there. He was telling me exactly what they're going to do for the year. He told me not to tell anyone what was going on, but he gave me the whole plan and where I'm going to be. I was going to be on his team going to the Cocoon Creek or whatever it's called. But no, that was really cool. Nevertheless, it was a cool experience because I got to talk to Tim Dolby and do all the interviews and all that. And the cool thing too is just out of the blue they found me. Really
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Yeah. So that would have been a neat experience. And then I talked to Casey Morgan too at the Gold Show, and he knew exactly who I was. He's like, "Bryan, what's going on? Your name was going through camp. I thought you were coming up. I was expecting to see you anytime." So that was kind of cool. So he knew who I was, but I never met him before.
I'm sure they got you on the list,
Yeah.
No.
Even so, it was a cool experience. It was fun.
Maybe they'll need somebody and they'll call you up.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. It's what it's what you do. So do what you do.
That's cool, Bryan. You never know, man. You may still be on there yet. Dredge it with.
Yeah. You never know. I'm up for whatever.
That'd be
The way whether I do that, and I wanted to go to Alaska anyway, so I'm definitely
You
going.
need a good cook.
No, I never liked cooking. I just fell into it. Actually, through high school, because I was one of the bad kids that couldn't be in school all day. So I got they would send me out to, well, not just me, but there was a class for the bad kids to go out to school in the afternoon, and they would send you to the restaurants to like learn a trade to cook and stuff. And so I got on that program, and then I just started cooking. And one of the chefs like, "Dude, you're really good at this." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, cook." And then he hired me, and ever since then, as soon as I got out of high school, it was only 2 years, and I was second in charge of the whole place. And I never went to college for it or anything.
Yeah.
2 years later, I was the executive chef. I was in charge of the whole place. Never went to college. I just picked it up and learned.
That's pretty cool.
I just fell into it. I never. It was fun. I did all the fruit carvings, like the watermelon baskets, and the, make flowers out of cantaloupes and all that, and all the fancy stuff.
Fancy food.
Yeah.
Now, like what we was talking about today, though, it's still cold as the dickens where you're at right now, though. Still, right?
Yeah. Today, man. Jeez, I was out in the garage and it's freezing. It was only probably 40 today.
When do you think you're going to get out?
I don't know. They got Massachusetts locked down pretty good. I don't even know if there's checkpoints at the border. I have no idea. We usually start dredging May 1st. There's an outing up in New Hampshire is when everyone kind of gets first of the year dredging and everyone gets together. But I haven't seen any listings for that. I don't even know if the campground's allowed to open. So,
Right.
that May 5th trip's probably canceled.
Yeah, I think a lot of the outings are gonna get hammered this year.
Right. The next thing is June 15th is when Maine opens. So I'll probably be there for that. Start dredging in Maine June 15th.
So you guys got a season.
In Maine, they have a season June 15th. It opens to September 15th, I think. But New Hampshire is anytime. I usually start in New Hampshire, then work my way to Maine as it thaws out. But actually, last year, we went to Maine June 1st, and there was still like 2 or 3 foot snowbanks on some of the roads. Yeah, June 1st, believe it or not. There was some of the roads you couldn't even drive down. There were still snowbanks, snowdrifts going across. So you just never know up there. It's up in the mountains.
Hey, Bryan, they're asking for your gold porn. They say you're holding out on your collection. They want to see it.
Oh, the whole thing?
The whole thing, he says.
Well, I don't know. My camera's kind of bad. I got it hooked up with a clothespin right now. But, I don't know. Here's my case. This is all my stuff.
Oh, you can't see it because you're virtual backward.
Oh, yeah. I'll turn off my screen.
There.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's all my stuff. That's everything I found.
That's
Not
perfect.
really heavy.
But here's my 2 big ones that I took out.
That's pretty.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's all my stuff. And in the back is all my finds. You can't really see it, but all my finds are in these tubs, you know.
Right. Nice.
Now, do you save everything you find, or do you sell it like I do?
No, I actually saved everything I've ever got. I haven't sold anything at all. I keep it all. I mean, I don't find that much. Last year was 2 ounces. You know, that was my best year ever. The year before that was 1 ounce. You know, there's not a lot of gold up here in the Northeast, but you know, 2 ounces for the Northeast, I think is pretty good.
That's really good.
That's really good, and you got some beautiful, nice big pieces.
And a lot of them, you know, 80% of it's like chunky stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Maine's kind of unique. You know, I'm pretty sure it came from Quebec through the glaciers, but
I'd love to find stuff like that.
Okay.
Jeez.
You need to wander up
Rich
Maine.
is starving. I
I
want
think
it.
so.
So I'd love to go up to Quebec. I don't really know their laws, but I think you can dredge. I know a few people that are dredging up there, and I guess it's like gray area. Like
Yeah.
like you can, but you can't. It's up to the whoever. Like if the Mounties come up to you and you're just minding your own business and you're doing good, and you're not destroying anything, and kind of like out of the way, they're cool with it.
I heard they got some weird
Yeah,
process that you have to.
I think in my prospector's license, that's all you need to actually go and start like prospecting, however you do it. But they don't even have rules about like you know, machinery. Like you could just take a caterpillar and go out there and start digging, from what I can tell. You know? Yeah, I can't figure out. I tried reading all the laws, and plus some of them are in French, so it's kind of difficult. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Quebec's kind of a cool place to go, and you know, I know people running a 6-inch there for years with no problems, and you can have claims up in there in Quebec too, and their claim system is you just give them the 4 GPS locations, and they send you metal tags in the mail, and you just go put them out. It's super easy. It's like you do it all online. It's cheap. It's only like $100.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
You can, yeah, I know here, well, out west where they have claims, I know it's like a huge process, and they don't do GPS. You have to have all these weird coordinate maps and all. You know, it's really difficult. I heard that, you know, out west. But Quebec, it's just 4 GPS locations, and they send you the things in the mail, and you just go put them up. So I would love to get more info on Quebec if anyone has any. You know, I don't really know anyone up there. But it's kind of close to me. You know, if you can run a 6-inch, I'll turn my 5-inch to a 6-inch, no problem.
Yeah.
Start running some dirt.
Well, just remember, anybody from Quebec, old Bryan's looking for information.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And where can they find you to send you information, Bryan?
Just on my Facebook page. I got my Bryan Wilder page, or I have the American Gold Prospectors page. Or,
All right, cool.
on the end of all my videos too, I got my email, AmericanGoldProspectors@gmail.com.
Right.
So,
Maybe somebody listening or watching knows about Quebec, and they'll let you know something.
yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be.
And your YouTube channel is what?
American Gold Prospectors.
There you go.
Yep.
How many videos you got out now?
I think I just hit the 50 mark, and I'm almost on. I think another 100,000 views, and I'm going to be at 1.5 million views, which is pretty cool.
Nice, right?
Cool milestone.
How many subscribers, Brian?
I think only a little over 8,000.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I just play around with videos. I'm not like totally into it. I just, when I make a video, I just throw it out there. If people want to watch it. If not, whatever,
Right.
I'm not like all into it like some of the other YouTubers like try to make videos and like, I just more or less kind of documentary style. Like I don't plan nothing. I just go out for the day and just film. Whatever happens, happens. So, I mean, there's been so many times where my film just didn't make sense. A lot of the times I just forget. I'm just having a good time and,
Right. Those sometimes are the best ones.
Yeah.
It's all natural, right? What happens, happens.
What happens, happens. Yeah, I just got to wing it and
Send it out there.
just send it out there, whatever,
Yeah, White Gold put on there. He's got more videos than you do, Scott. I'm like, I've deleted I don't know how many of mine.
Yeah, we're supposed to hook up, but I don't know. I think you had clean problems or something.
Yeah, plus that heel.
Yeah. That would have been cool because I was right down in Bumblebee and I wanted to dredge there, but I wasn't, what is it, Roadrunners, I think you're supposed to be.
Right.
My friend Alex was a Roadrunners member, so we metal detected as his guest. I went for 2 or 3 days, but then he took off. I didn't have enough time to set up the dredge, but I was just talking to a bunch of people that was dredging down there, and I don't know, it didn't seem like there was much down there, but they're getting some stuff.
Now, did you do any good over towards Wickenburg area, Wickenburg area?
Yeah, I went down to Morristown. Let's see, that's right off near Wickenburg.
Yeah, it's right before.
Yeah, I set up camp there for maybe 2 weeks or so, and I would just take the dirt bike or four-wheeler, and I would just go like 5-10 miles out in the desert, just follow these dirt bike trails, and just go way out and just start metal detecting. And I never found anything but bullets.
That's what I find.
I kind of really enjoyed just looking for old mines too. I was just having fun, and I found a bunch of old mines. Actually, Jim Hamilton kind of got me into that. He took us out for a couple times looking for old mines, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, So I kind of started doing that, just going in and seeing the old workings and trying to find some cool stuff.
Yeah, we call it riding with Jimbo.
Yeah.
He'll suck you
We go
in.
like 20, 30 miles sometimes with him. He goes out there. But it's always a blast. It was really fun. We got to hang out with Mike Pun. Mike Pun came out with us for 2 days. So that was really cool. We went out and looking for mines and stuff. Shannon Poe I went out with for a day. That was really, really cool. Him and all the other Hammer guys. That was kind of unexpected, but that was really cool.
You're great guys.
Yeah, fun time out. That was awesome.
Sounds like a great trip, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, everyone's just having a good time in Arizona. Like everyone's on vacation, just out to have fun and go riding and metal detecting. And, it's not too serious. Everyone's just having a
Camp
blast.
under the stars.
Yeah.
That's the life right there, right?
And sure beats Massachusetts because, geez, we usually have like 3 or 4 feet of snow up here all winter long. That's actually why I started making videos because I was just bored. I was bored all winter long and you couldn't do nothing up here. I don't snowmobile or ski or anything like that, so I was kind of stuck inside. So
Oh yeah.
I film all summer and make videos in the winter. So that's kind of another reason why I started doing it, I guess.
Makes sense. Nothing wrong with
And, I figured go out to Arizona this year. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was cool. That's for sure.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I'll definitely go this year too.
Oh, you're going back to Arizona again this year?
Yeah. I'll start in Arizona, but maybe I'll head to California or something. You never know what's gonna happen.
Well, next year we'll get you down on the claims.
Yeah, you gotta get your claim going so we can dredge over there. Well, I got invited back to the Peterson mine, so long as there's water up there in Stanton, I can dredge all winter long, which would be really cool.
2025, Brian, 2025.
So yeah, that would be really cool if I can dredge there all winter too, because they have some big gold. That's right on Weaver Creek, I think it's called, right below the potato patch. And they're pulling out like potato-sized nuggets from there like for 100 years. And they're still doing it today. I got a tour over there, and now they got to use backhoes though to rip up a couple feet at a time and metal detector. There's still a lot of gold coming out of there.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's cheating using a backhoe.
yeah, but that's the way to do it now because when they first started going with detectors, is that they would go and they had a ton of gold, and then the next new detector would come out and they can go 2 inches deeper. And they got a ton of gold, and a couple of years go by, and now they can go 4 inches deeper, and they would get a ton of gold. And now they're using the 7,000, and that starts to peter out. So now they're up there ripping, a couple feet off at a time, and they're metal detecting.
Wow.
And that's where I was dredging in one of the holes because they just take no one out there where that creek is. No one runs the dirt. They just scoop it out from the creek and they put it on the side and they metal detect it.
Right.
That's all they do. That's what I mean. You got there's just holes and holes and miles of holes all over the place. And that's all they're doing. They're just scooping it up, putting it on the ground and metal detecting it.
Well, I'd sure like to run those back through a dry washer.
Oh man, I mean, when I first went in and dredged, I just put my face in and there was a half grammer just sitting right there because the backhoe it missed 6 inches of dirt. You could see where they scooped one scoop and then they scooped another, and in between the two scoops there was a nice grammer right there. Cool.
Darn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat, actually. Well, man, Bryan, it's been a pleasure having you. For sure.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great to be on.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back again after one of your next trip. Come on back. Tell us what happened. You seem feeling it. So
Yeah. I'll let you know what happened on that Alaskan trip.
yeah, definitely.
You'll love it.
Cool.
You'll be getting back while the Biffles are down there. So stop in, tell us how you did, and then we can get a report from them when they get back. So
Cool. Sounds good.
yeah, that'll be awesome. Bryan, thanks.
It's going to be an Alaska race for the gold.
Take it easy, guys. Thanks for having me. Later.
Take care, Bryan. Be good, brother.
Hey, bro.
Very cool. And Bryan finds some nice gold.
Man, I'm telling you, he showed me some. I was like, get out of here. He's like,
got
yeah,
some chunkers.
don't find any fine stuff.
The East Coast.
Maine.
Yeah.
Maine. I think we need to plan a trip to Maine.
Yeah.
If we all get in line, we can cover a lot of creek.
I think you go to Massachusetts and then Maine. Up there with Bobo. I can't believe Bob ain't finding any of that stuff.
Well, yeah, maybe he is and just ain't telling us.
There's the key right there.
Could be it.
I think there is a U2 who lives in Massachusetts and goes to California to find better gold. So I don't know. I guess it depends on what part, huh?
Well, if you have hookups too, then that's a big thing.
It depends on where you can go.
I think, it's getting in where getting that lucky friend to tell you, hey, this is where you go. And you get
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Shad calls it the lucky friend.
It is.
the special friend.
Right.
Who's going to share that special spot with you? This is where you can go.
Share the wealth.
But not the morel mushroom, folks.
They ain't saying
They're not saying anything.
Look at Dennis. He's like, oh, I go to the pit. That's all he's going to say. I just went to the pit.
That's where Dennis finds his mushrooms.
Yep, right in the pit.
Right in the pit. Yeah. They just magically appear.
Yeah, and for everybody that don't know, like I said, he does a YouTube videos on America. It's American Gold Prospectors. And he ain't hard to find. He's got a big eagle behind his emblem, so you can see him.
Pretty cool. Oh man, see that was cool. He definitely got some big gold. He could just sell a couple pieces and buy one of them masks.
Yeah, I know, right?
No kidding.
Somebody would trade him a mask for those pieces, probably.
Right? It'd be like, I'll give you this here. Yeah, he could have one of them masks with no problem. And one of them fine Bering Sea gold masks.
Well, heck, none of those guys in California is using them masks, so you never know.
I get one quick and easy. Never. It's some nice gold he's got.
Yeah, buddy.
Real nice. So we might have to think about that. That would be a cool place to go. If we know somebody down there, I don't know. We shall see. We might. All right. You guys got anything else? Dennis, Rich?
Nope.
The only thing
I didn't fall asleep.
No,
Good
you
night, gold diggers.
You dirtbag.
no, Rich didn't fall asleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
I saw Rich going like this, to stay awake.
He was fidgeting.
Well, I was fighting it. Let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, he got to where he wasn't moving. He just stopped.
You need to
And all of a sudden he's wiping his eyes. And then I saw a couple yawns and went, uh-oh.
You need to turn off that light next time, Rich, and just relax.
No. Turn off that light, I will be done. If I get some whiskey in me too, I will be done.
No, next time.
Yeah,
Nightcaps hit me.
I had just that much tonight, so a smaller amount, and yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
You look at, yeah.
I didn't have half a bottle this show.
I have a 7:30 meeting, so I gotta get to bed.
Nice.
And I got to go into work.
We'll go ahead and say goodnight, gold diggers, then. And
Remember, folks, get out there and start living life before the life isn't there to start living.
don't forget to join us.
Like Scott.
Yeah. And don't forget to tune in Sunday, our Sunday show at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here on Prospector Radio. We'll be here. Hope you can join us. Until then, we're out of here. Have a great week, everybody.
Good
Good night, gold diggers.
Night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.